Ho ho ho, you doing drummers? And welcome to this free video song lesson where today I'm going to show you how to play the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the Jackson 5, one of two little free Christmassy songs I've got for you to upload this week. The next one's going to be uploaded either tomorrow or on Friday. And as always, I've got the full PDF drum chart you can download from my website for free. So you'll find a link beneath this video taking you to the site where you can get all 3 pages of the PDF, every single bar, drum fill, and you can have this, put it out in front of you as we go through this together, hopefully making things a little bit easier for you to understand. Because as we're going to see, this is quite an advanced song. There's a lot of drumming going on in this. There's halftime stuff, there's lots of drum fills, there's band stabs. So I'd probably level this as sort of an advanced drum lesson. There's probably not, isolated each part on its own, probably not very complicated, but put together as one piece. And if you want to read it as one piece from start to finish, then you've got a little bit of work to do. So give yourself a break if you find this quite tricky, even though some parts could be very much simplified. So we start off, as we mean to go on, with some big old drums. We're building up between the floor tom and snare drum and bass drum. We're sort of playing this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and over the length of the 4 bars, the intro there, we're building up in volume. Every 2 bars we've got this snare and crash coming down together. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, building up in volume. So this snare and crash, just move your right hand up from the floor tom. And then the very last bars we're building up 1 and 2 and. From beat 3, we move to 16th notes, 3E and a 4E and a 1. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, move up the high tom. You could use the floor tom instead if you wanted to. And the key thing here is this motif that occurs throughout the song. As we go into each of the choruses, we roll the drum fill over to beat 1 of the first bar. So these drum fills sort of extend into the next bar. So we get 3E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a 1. The drum fill continues into beat 1, 1 and 2, where we move back to 8th notes. So that intro slowly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2. We get this dat dum crash. It's, you'll see every chorus has the same sort of idea, 1 and 2. And then we come back in with the hi-hat. We're on chorus 1 now, where we get 3 and 4 and we're sort of moving back into a snare drum backbeat on beats 2 and 4, 3 and 4 and the bass drums are quite hard to hear on this song, so forgive me if you're hearing different ideas. The bass guitar sort of the same sort of level as the bass drum in some parts, so this is what I think he's playing, 3 and 4 and then we go to the next bar, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. He uses that idea a lot. I presume it's a he, by the way. I couldn't find out the name of the drummer. It's not on Wikipedia, so if anyone knows, you could type it in the comments below. That'd be very useful. 3 and 4 and 1. We get, 3, and then the drum fill starts on the and of 3. 3 and 4 and 1. Again, going over to the next bar, 1 and 2. Then you continuing with the idea from the first bar, 3 and 4. Then 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and simple drum fill again. You can use the floor tom if you wanted to. We then go into our first verse, which is this half-time idea. So from beat 3 of the first line, we get 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. We go into this half-time thing. I wanted to count 1, 2, 3 bits. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and where the snare drum backbeat now moves to beat 3 of the bar, creating the half-time effect. Instead of 1 and 2, 3, 4, we get 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Sort of, it feels like it's half the time going by because the snare drum just moved from beat 2 and 4 to beat 3. So that's the key for this next part, the verse 1. And the drummer's going a bit nuts with the bass drum all over the place, really. We get 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Sort of pushing and pulling with the bass drum. That second bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Lots of ands there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 and sort of settles on that more dominant downbeat of beats 1 and 2. And then the last bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 into our next choruses, because these choruses come around very quickly. So that last bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, into our next chorus. So verse 1, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2. So chorus 2, I'll play this a lot of speed for you in a moment. We get 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and I must say that the hi-hat is also quite sporadic throughout the song. It's predominantly closed, but then we get these sort of more open sections. So what I've done, because it's quite hard to hear exactly when he's opening and closing it, and I didn't want to make this too complicated with the reading of the hi-hat openings, is I've only included the obvious openings of the hi-hat. So from beat 4 we get 1 and 2, 3 and 4, open hi-hat from beat 4, then closes again on beat 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, beat 3, 3 and 4 and, same idea as we've had previously, then 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and, so again a very similar drum fill, almost identical in fact to the end of chorus 1. But then chorus 2 continues, I've called it the continuation of chorus 2, where we move into the halftime idea. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and, very simple drum fill there, 4 and 1, where we go into verse 2 where the halftime continues. So that first line of chorus 2, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Now let me play for you the intro, chorus 1, verse 1 and chorus 2 up to speed without the microphone so you can hear just the drums. Here we go. So verse 2, as I said, is using the halftime idea. We're just looking out for where the bass drum's falling. So we get 1, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2. Going into our next chorus there, where we got a very similar idea to the chorus 2. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, open hi-hat for the whole of 4. Then closes on beat 1, 1 and 2, opens again on beat 2 of the second bar, 1 and 2, 3, and then this slight variation of the drum fill, we get 3 and 4, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So a little break there on beat 4 with the bass drum. So a different rhythm there, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, open hi-hat again for the whole of beat 4. Then bar 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and so that drum fill gets used quite a bit in the song as well. And sometimes, as we're going to see, beat 4 is either not played or it's played so quietly that you can't hear it. So you kind of get 3 and 4, and but most of the time he's playing 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and but it's kind of like. Where that first note 4, beat 4, 4, E and, is not played as loudly as the E and. So you can use a little bit of dynamics there to make it sound more like the recording. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and, like that, rather than 1 and 2, 3 and 4. But you can play it that way as well, that works. So we go on to the next line, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to play that for you, it's just a case of reading where the bass drum is. Going from the end of that chorus 3, 4, and we get 1 and 2 into what I've called bridge 1. 1 and 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to think in my head what part of the song this is, but I've called it bridge 1. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So that's a very obvious example of where I really couldn't hear beat 4 being played on the snare drum, not even his ghost notes. So I think he plays 1 and 2, 3, and 4, and. So skipping over beat 4 there, and 4, E and 1, Next two bars, very simple stuff. We then go into the next page, bridge 1 continued, where we get the bass drum starts to pump out eighth notes. So quite busy. We get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 is where the hi-hat's sort of fully open, 4 and then it sort of closes, I presume, on beat 1. So again, it's quite hard to hear. And we just get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for a big old drum fill at the end of that line there before we go into verse 3, back to the halftime idea. So now let me play for you, back to page 1, verse 2, chorus 3, bridge 1, and then bridge 1 continued on to the second page as well, so we can hear all those different sections and link together. Here we go. So verse 3 uses very similar ideas from previous verses. Chorus 4, I'll just play the first line for you because it uses ideas we've already used. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1. Half-time idea. The drum fill at the end of that second line of chorus 4, we get 1 and 2. And I think the bass drum's playing on quarter notes underneath. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So without the bass drum underneath, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Notice again and 1 going into the next line where we get that boom boom ba on beat 2. So bars 3 and 4 there slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. On it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 2 is a little bit of a surprise gotcha moment if you're not ready for it. Kind of a weird idea this to throw in the middle of this section. We get 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and. So the back beat is moved from beat 2 to the end of beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. He resolves it back to beat 4 and 4 with that open hi-hat and 4 and bass drum. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So look out for that sort of weird weird turnaround there. It then continues normally, halftime stuff, and then we go on to chorus 5. So I'm now going to play for you all 3 lines of chorus 4. So I'm not going to waste your time with the first section of chorus 5 using ideas we've already done. The first line, in fact. Second line, half time, less bass drums. I'm not hearing anything on that first bar of the second line, apart from bass drum on beat 1 and the and of 4. And then we get another sort of linear drum, not linear, but it's a line of eighth notes. Very simple to play. We get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and very simple to play and I mess it up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and simple as that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and okay, so we go into the bridge 2 next. So you might want to loop the last bar of that chorus 5 to bridge 2 so you can get used to playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. What is it? 1 and 2. Yeah, the bass drum's doing the pumping. Do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. So the last 2 bars of chorus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. So as you can hear, bridge 2, another sort of rompous drummy part. We've got the bass drum pumping eighth notes all the way through underneath, and we're playing these stabs on 1 and the and of 2 most of the time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and beat 4 being played there every 2 bars roughly. Those 2 bars get repeated for bars 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Snare and crash at the beginning of the next line. Snare and crash at the beginning of bar 3. And then this drum fill sounds really messy on the recording. Almost like a mistake. I say this a few times in my lessons. Sometimes mistakes are kept in, especially from this era. If it's a good drum take, everything else is fine, or they're playing it with the rest of the band and it's just one little part that messes up, then they usually keep it. It adds character. Only drummers would notice, perhaps not even drummers. But yeah, it sounds a little bit sloppy, so I think he's playing something like this. This last bar of bridge 2, we get 1 and a 2, and that's pretty definite. 1 and a 2 and, but then something happens on beat 3 roughly, but then we get 3 and 4 and, 3 and 4 and then just the bass drum on beat 1 of chorus 6. So sort of playing this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, going into chorus 6. So bars 4, 3 and 4 of bridge 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's go on before I play up to speed. Chorus 6, very simple stuff. Well, simple stuff we've already gone over. The last 2 bars of chorus 6 though, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, open hi-hat on beat 4, and then 4 and then we get this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It could be, but I think it's the same Tommy uses. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Go with that next line. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2. On it goes, and then the rest of chorus 7 is very standard stuff. Again, what we've done already. You can see using the same ideas again and again. And then the very last line there, it's where it starts to fade out, and bar 3 roughly is where the song completely fades out. So before we finish, let me play bridge 2, chorus 6 and chorus 7 up to speed. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. Don't forget to download the full PDF from my website for free. Again, the link is beneath this video. And until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. And you can watch my other free drum lessons by clicking the links on the screen now. Alternatively, if you want to learn how to play literally hundreds of famous and popular songs in full, from start to finish, and including the fully transcribed sheet music, then check out my website drumstheword.com for further details. Thanks for watching.